So, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to answer some of the most widely asked questions in astrology. So, this is a satsang of the question that I repeatedly see from different people on different platforms. And I wanted to kind of compile them and answer it all. So, the first question is about finding someone's personality through astrology. How do you do that? And there's actually a trick. The easiest trick. Now, before this, please do go to this website, astrologycares.com, and do go to the contact section and sign up for the newsletter. It's very important. You'll see it there. And it's actually for you guys to give you guys what you need to hear. That's why it's important to sign up here. So, the best trick to assess somebody's personality through astrology is actually to not even use astrology. Hang out with the person for a month and you'll know their personality. Because you got to understand, if you are thinking that astrology is all about assessing someone's personality, then you're really not doing true justice to astrology. Astrology is not about you're extremely sexual or you're extremely party animal. You're very lonely and you're very much a loner, or you're depressive, or you're a psychopath, because we all are these at some point in our life. And just to even give somebody's personality is not what astrology is. The thing is, what astrology really is determining when someone had a relationship, when they broke up with someone, if they had a divorce, when the marriage occurred, children occurred, accidents, illness, when wealth came in, when some recognition or fame come in, when you traveled, did you have a higher education, did you have a medium education, did you have no education? These are the things that really make astrology what it is, at least Vedic astrology, what I follow. So when you guys want to know all these tricks, like, hey, what is a quick way of just looking at someone's personality? And I've said this before, fine, look at their moon nakshatra, look at their ascendant nakshatra. But again, everybody is going to be that particular person. Maybe they're going through a particular dasha that changes them into a completely different person than what they were 5 years ago. And for the next 20 years or the next, 17 years, they might be something completely different than what they were before. That's the only thing. But again, astrology is not really about personality. Zodiac signs will not tell you. If you're a Scorpio, you're this. If you're Libra, you're this. It's like a very minute section of what astrology is. If you love astrology and you feel that, my sun sign should tell me more about me, then study nakshatras. Study nakshatras, the 27 lunar mansions, and daily observe what's happening. So today moon is in this particular constellation. What is happening? What am I watching? Whose phone call am I getting? Who's knocking on the door? What is the purpose of them knocking on the door? When you study that with what the story of that actual lunar mansion is, then you start connecting slowly everything, why and what and who and how. The second question is, how do we make astrology legitimate? Like, I get these questions. I guess there must be teenagers like, scientists consider astrology a pseudoscience. So what do you have to say about that? It's a pseudoscience. Why are you following this? So people then I also ask, like, how, what is a way to, establish astrology as a science in the world, and so people can respect it. And before, as you know, when I first started this channel, I was all about wanting to prove astrology right. No, please pay attention. Look, astrology is right. Look what happened. Just with the whole Jupiter-Saturn transit video, you could clearly see, if you knew nakshatras and you just knew the basic of Jupiter-Saturn, you could have also seen that protests were going to happen worldwide. Many other things are going to happen, which I don't want to say here. but there's no secret to it. It's that ABCD is there. But here's the thing. I am actually at this stage of my life. I am actually at peace and I'm actually happy. You don't understand. I'm actually happy that people have not considered astrology as a science, which is 95% of the population out there. Maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. I'm just giving my mental statistics here. But I'm glad that they do not consider astrology a science, because why would you want to give the weapon of Vishnu to someone that may not, use it correctly? Because imagine if we were all taught, mathematics, basics of science, basic of history, geography, at least in my time when they actually did teach you things in school, you learn them and sometimes you tend to use them. You're calculating the receipt, all the itemized things. Okay, you can do that. A good guy can do that, a bad guy can do that, a psychopath can do that, a happy person can do that, and a priest can do that, right? But when it comes to astrology, the only people who like astrology is people who are pretty much on a certain path, because astrology has picked them to like them. That's something that's, again, people will think this is pseudoscience. Astrology has actually picked people that, hey, you're going to love astrology. Hey, you're going to fall in love with Vedic astrology. Hey, you're going to fall in love with Chinese astrology. Whatever astrology is, it's like different religions, but all leading to one God. So these different, avenues and religion and creeds, astrology has picked people. And only a few, not 100%, maybe 10% of the population, 15%, 5%. And out of those, let's say 20% who love astrology, less than 3% will actually practice it or try to do it. There's a reason behind it. Because, many people say, oh God, you smoke cigars and you drink and you do this divine science. Wait till somebody who can destroy the world has the knowledge of nakshatras and astrology, then you will be crying like, oh my God, I wish we had our drunken cigar smoking astrologer. Boy, we miss that. So this is why it is actually a perfect thing, because, and especially I just love being in this private esoteric world that only a few of us are there. Kind of like back in 15th century when Freemasons or the actual real Illuminatis, who were known as the enlightened ones, actually discussed philosophy, astrology, astronomy, alchemy, magic, because if they did it outside, they would have been persecuted. They would be stoned or hung or just killed. So they had these little groups, and they were the ones that just knew the truth of the world. And it just kind of made it special. So I love that. I'm glad that most people will laugh at me. Oh, you're an astrologer? Oh, okay. And yet they don't realize what I can see, what I can know. Even many of you see me making these videos on astrology, and you may be like, well, what if a bad guy watches this? Actually, no. The only one who's going to watch this, who's destined to watch it, by the energy of Jyotish, by the energy of the cosmos and astrology. So I'm not afraid. And also, I'm not really discussing some hidden facts, hidden things. There's so many things that I know. I don't even discuss that on this platform. And I slowly give those out. But it's a great thing that astrology is still a pseudoscience, because I do not want this to become a science. I do not want everybody to know this. As a young person, you may not agree with me, but if you're at the age that I'm at, I am perfectly happy with it. And I'm glad it is what it is. Okay. Then, the other particular question, again, I'm pretty sure these are either teenagers or just people in their 20s or just people who are not familiar with astrology, that stars are so far apart, they cannot affect you. Planets are so far away, science has proven they cannot affect you. So astrology is a pseudoscience. And my answer to is, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. They're too far to affect us. Please keep following that. And Don't come to this crazy avenue. Just do your daily routines, daily work life. You don't need to, you know, dive into this. So yes, you are perfectly correct. Right. Um, the other question that is also asked a lot is about, you know, matchmaking. Like, should we be doing matchmaking? Should we not be doing matchmaking? The thing is, if you're destined to be with someone, whether you meet them through matchmaking, whether you meet them through a dating website, whether you go up to them at a bar or some restaurant and ask for their number, ask them on a date, or you meet them because, you know, one is your UPS delivery driver or something else and you like them, it's all destined to be. So whether you do matchmaking or not, to be with that right person, you are to be with that person, but it happened through that particular avenue. So yes, now, should we be doing matchmaking? It's all depends on an individual. You know, do you love wearing khakis or you like wearing jeans? Okay, if you like wearing jeans, you wear jeans. If I like wearing khakis, I'll wear khakis. And my thing is, it's just that doing matchmaking, all it, for me, I feel like it might just prevent you from paying your karma off in a situation of marriage, which is the biggest karma you'll pay off in your life. So my belief is, the harder the marriage is, you're paying some of the biggest karma off, so you can actually find enlightenment, get out of this engineering cycle of death and rebirth. Is it this mechanism of death and rebirth, which will never end. What does end is when a soul chooses to just leave. That's it. So the more you pay off these karmas, the better it is. You know, but main purpose of astrology is to actually help you to understand what is happening, so you can see this machine working. You can be like, it's like Neo waking up, taking with the red pill, and once it wakes up, like, whoa, what was I doing being stuck in that place? So that's what astrology does, at least Vedic astrology does. It shows you this is a machine, will never end. History will repeat itself. Even people will study history, they'll still do the same thing to bring that old history back. But if you have realized this, get out. How do you get out? Well, you gotta seek God realization, whichever way it is, whether it's through music, like Mirabai, whether it's through activation of your Kundalini through Kriya Yoga, like Yogananda or Vivekananda did, or, you know, randomly you may have paid all your karmas off and you're sitting at a beach and suddenly your Kundalini opens and you become God realized, and that's it. You know, you're good. Your free pass comes in. So, yeah, this is how, you know, this is why astrology should be studied. But hopefully this has answered, you know, once and for all these little questions that everybody asks. Okay. So anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below. If you're interested in astrology, maybe you're picked by astrology to see this video and to, you know, learn more, go into depth, you know, and if you want to know more about your chart, all the other astrological details, check out the links here under shop section, and please make sure to sign up. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.